Yeah, support, alhamdulillah, it was by my family and Dr. Omar Dhaimat and Miss Maryam. The way he talks to a patient, the way he instructs the patient, it's very unique. He's not talking to a patient, he's talking to a family member. That was very beautiful from him. Being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes was a bit out of the blue, as they say. It was just sudden, and it was like you're just walking down a tunnel that you don't know where it ends. But then Dr. Omar Dhaimat referred me to Miss Maryam, the diabetic educator, which was a game changer for me. I'm Khaled Dahalan, a fourth year medical student at Najman University. Today I'll be sharing my experience with type 1 diabetes. So first thing, how did I find out about type 1 diabetes? Suddenly I had excessive thirst, I used to go to the bathroom a lot, I used to urinate a lot, crazy craving for sugar suddenly. At the start I was like, maybe it's just stress, anxiety due to the exams. But then it stayed for a couple of days. I've told my mother the symptoms. We know a very good doctor here, Dr. Omar Dhaimat, because my mother used to go to him because she had some thyroid problems. So I went to him with the symptoms, and we just did some tests, and we found out that I had type 1 diabetes. It never hit me that, okay, it's a game changer, you know? You have lifestyle changing, diet changing, and everything. So I was just a bit lost and confused. But then Dr. Omar Dhaimat referred me to Miss Maryam, the diabetic educator, which was a game changer for me. Because then she had many technology and advanced info that I never knew of. You learn something in medical school, but then when it comes to real life, it's different. We know, okay, you take insulin, but then how the patient feels and how the pain he feels, everything, it's just different. So Miss Maryam, first thing, she introduced me to the glucometer, and it made my life easier that I don't have to finger prick my fingers every time. The glucometer was monitored by her 24/7, and she never left me. Sometimes I remember I used to call her at 2 a.m. just to ask her something about my glucose. It was sudden rise, and she would just calculate for me how much I have to hit it with the insulin. And after that, of course, she taught me how to use the insulin and how much dosage I have to take per carb. And then the game changer that actually I loved was the insulin pump. Insulin pump came in, and it was huge relief for me because I used to take many shots per day. You can say at least 3 shots to 5 shots per day. But then the insulin pump came in, and you just it's monitored by the phone, and you just mention everything you want, then just insert it. Anything I needed, they would just text. I would just ask them on WhatsApp even. I just ask on WhatsApp, and they would reply to me, and they would give me all the help I needed. Now, I heard many stories about people type 1, and they did not really monitor it, and it ended up in a terrible way. Some people with some type of neuropathy, some people problems in their legs, problems everywhere. So yeah, it could end up in a very bad way if you don't monitor it. But that's why I'm glad I was referred to Miss Maryam. With her, you feel very comfortable. You're monitoring it yourself, but then there is also some other person that's monitoring you, monitoring yourself, which is a 24/7 thing, and you feel just comfortable. If I do something wrong without noticing, Miss Maryam will just come in and correct you, and she tell you, for example, 1, 2, 3, try to do that and that and that. So thank you so much, Dr. Omar, for all your time and effort, and inshallah, one day I just hope I'll be a good doctor as you, and you don't know, maybe in the same field as you. So one day I'll be just a fellow doctor like you in the same field, inshallah, because endocrinology, I never thought about it, but after seeing Dr. Omar and the way he treats patients, it's it just popped in my head, that's a very nice field, especially when you see a person introduce you to it and in a very nice way. So thank you so much, Dr. Omar, for all your efforts. And the message for Miss Maryam, I know it's I was naughty, as you say for me always. I was a bit naughty and not listening, but I know through all those hardships you were there for me. And even though sometimes I wasn't listening, but you always came back, and I really appreciate your hard work and for never giving up on me as a patient that never listens. So thank you so much for your time.